All right, I have to build it myself. Hello and welcome to the world of Matthias. Today we are going to do the first part of a two-part series where I will assemble my dream Fender guitars. I will do one Tele, I will do that today, and I will do one Stratocaster, and that will come a little later. And in this box there should be every part that I need. This is parts that I got from a big dealer here in Europe called Tuman. I managed to get almost every part that I needed for this build. The reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted a Telecaster USA, but I couldn't find a right model from what I wanted. What I did is I ordered the parts that I wanted, and now I'm going to put them together to make my dream Telecaster come true. I thought that I could show every step of the way on how to assemble a guitar from scratch. Why am I using only Fender parts? Two reasons. One is that it will make for an easy assembly, I hope. The other reason is that I want to keep the value of this guitar quite high. Using only Fender parts should do that. So let's open this box and see if every part is here. Alrighty then, so let's just have a look at what I have got in this big pack. We start small. These are the white felt washers. Here are some pots, a Fender hex key, I thought that could be useful. A backplate, tuners, a string tree, a Fender tone saver, the bridge, output jack. And these are the 64 Fender Telecaster pickups. I didn't want to go for the 50s version because I think that they are a little bit too trebly for me. So I went for the 60s instead. I hope that these are good. This is the neck. This is the body. This is the knobs. Three-way switch. The ferrules. We have a control plate. These are the screws. The output jack. This big one is the hard shell case for the guitar. If you have a Fender USA, you need to have a hard case shell. And this is the pickguard. Here are the strap bottoms. Alright, so let's take a little closer look at this package. This should be the body. They are very well packed, these Fender bodies. They come with double packing. You get an instruction on how you should mount the neck and some other things. Here we go. This is the body. You can see the Fender logo there. It's an older body and it's solid black, just the way I wanted it. Off to a great start. And now let's open this box with the neck. And actually on the outside of this box you can see the serial number, and that should correlate with the serial number on the neck on the inside of this box. You have to look at that very carefully, because when I ordered for my Stratocaster guitar, I ordered a USA neck, but I got a Mexican. I had to return that. Just a little heads up. And yeah, this is indeed a USA neck. It's glossy on the front and it's satin on the back. This is a American Pro 2 Tele neck. So look at that logo. It's a very nice logo. And we can check this serial number, 873. Yeah, this one was okay. Let's try the neck on the body. And it's a tight fit, but it should be. Okay, so looking at it as it is assembled right now, I'm very happy with this. You have the new unrelict black body and you have the vintage style neck. That's a great combination, I think. So let's just start by taking off the neck again, because I think I am going to start with the electronics. I'm going to start with this, the control plate. I need the knobs, I need the tone saver, output jack, I need the pots, I need the three-way switch, and of course I need the pickups. So what I will do first is I will open all of these and I will assemble the parts on the control plate, and then I will start soldering. And it's nice that they are including the screws for the control plate. And also on the three-way switch, they include the Stratocaster style knob and the Telecaster style knob, the pots and a capacitor. And this is the output jack, and I was a little bit unsure what Fender uses, but I ordered a Switchcraft. They probably use that. You can leave it in the comments if you know what they are using. This one is a little bit nice. This is a tone saver. This will help keep all the frequencies on all the volumes using your volume knobs on the guitar. And of course, the knobs. So let's just start to assemble these. Alright, so that was the first step, and now I will have a look at this soldering shot, this electronic shot that I got for this tone saver. This actually comes one version for 250k pots and one version for 500k pots. So if you are going to buy these, be sure to buy the right one for your guitar. I have 250k pots, so this is what I want to use. And here is the shot on how you should solder it. So yeah, I just did a easy soldering station here to keep this in place. It's just a cardboard box and some holes. I have some of these wax braided cables. One upside are that you won't burn them as easy as you do with plastic wires. And it looks better, and I'm sure someone will say that it sounds better with them. Alright, so let's open up this box of pickups. Now these are the 64 pickups, and as I told you earlier, I wanted these because I wanted a USA made pickup and I didn't want the 50 sounds. I thought that these were quite nice, and I'm going for a 60 style. Well, I'm not going for a 60 style, but I'm going for a 60s feel on the guitar. I have some modern features and I also have some vintage features, and but it's my dream guitar, so that's what I want to do. But the sound that I want is a 60s sound. So let's open this up and see what we got. You get this also in a very nice package. And this is almost like velvet. You can open this up. And here you have the screws, and you also have these rubber hoses here instead of the springs. And you also get this wiring diagram, so you can wire them with the modern wiring or the vintage wiring. I'm going for the modern wiring on my guitar. These two have the braided and the waxed wires. This one also have this type of string. It looks very vintage. This is the neck. It looks like this underneath. And this one looks like this underneath. It has a C4 and also this copper plate here. It has this nice, almost like paper texture here. And I think that they will not only sound good, but also look very nice. So let's put them into the guitar. So let's just see if I have soldered it correctly. So what I have done here is I have plugged in this little workshops speaker that I got. Obviously it is not grounded now, so it will buzz, but I can see if I have gotten the pickups right. I have the neck pickup right. This is the middle position and it's right. And I also have the bridge position, which is seems to be connected correctly. And this is the volume, and as you can see, also the volume works. And this is the tone. And that's a little bit harder to check if it works or if it doesn't work. Especially now when I have put in a tone saver. Let's start mounting the hardware, and that means the pickup cover, it means the control plate, the output jack, and it also means, of course, the bridge, strap locks, and machine heads. a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But we start with the body. In this case, just to get it all lined up, I want to start with the neck, because when I have fitted the neck, then I can fit the pickup cover, and when I have fitted the pickup cover, I can fit the bridge and I can fit this control plate, so it all goes in nice and smooth. So let's just start by securing the pickups here. Now, because this neck is an American Pro 2, the backside of that guitar is carved so that you can reach the lower frets a little easier. Obviously this body doesn't have that, so the pre-drilled holes here are a little bit wrong. So what I will do is I'm going to fit the neck as I want it, and then I'm going to make a mark where I want to have the fourth hole, and then I will drill it myself. And there is my mark. So now let's just find out how big these holes are and how deep they go. It looks like it is 3 millimeters. I'm going to start with a smaller drill. I also want the depth, how deep they go. And they go down like so. And then I can mark that. You don't need anything fancy to do the marking. Just do it like that. And there you go. Then we can take this plate, the screws, put them in the right place, but don't tighten them. In the moment of truth, have I put this hole in the right place? It looks like I've done it right. And now I can tighten it. And please remember, you are working with wood, so do not over tighten these. I think I will put on the pick guard. I've gone for the mint green 3-ply. Oh yes. Now that is a great looking guitar. The green mint pick guard with this vintage neck and this solid black. I think that looks awesome. And when you add this vintage bridge, I think it will look even better. Now look at this. Easy peasy. And I also have to draw a ground cable from under this bridge into here. Now this is a little bit strange, but this happens from time to time. So I got these nice vintage slotted screws, and they all look fine except one. One of them was like relict, and it was a little bit smaller on the head, and also some kind of fault up here on the tip of it. So I'm going to use this because it's a fun story. That can happen. It's okay by me. It's a nice story. I'm going to use it, but yeah, that can happen. And now let's put in the neck pickup. And now let's install the tuners. Now these type of tuners, they say a lot about the hybrid guitar I'm going for, because this is a modern neck with a spaghetti logo, but it's also with a modern type of tuner mounts here. These tuners that I have got is a blend. They look like vintage tuners, but you mount them exactly like you would mount an American Standard tuner. And that will make this very easy to install. And these newer types of tuners, they are installed individually. You don't have to line them up with each other like you have to do with the really vintage stuff. So. Let me put on the strings before I do the string tree. So yeah, maybe the ferrules. Now I really hope that these are a good press fit. So let's just use this rubber part of the luthier's hammer. You don't have to hit it hard. Hit it a couple of more times instead. So now the guitar could be finished, but as always when I'm doing these projects, I get an idea along the way. I really like the looks of this, but I want to do one more thing, and I will show you now. I want to put on a Bigsby. That's going to take this guitar to another level. So you get the Bigsby in this nice little package. Let's see what this is. You get a poster and also the installation manual. So let's just see what we get. Nice packaging. That's all the mounting material, the screws, the spring. You even have a string here to align the bridge correctly. That's the bridge. And inside here, I went for the Fender one. We have one more little package here, a part of the bridge. It has more of a waist than the original. So let's take off the strings and remove the old bridge and put on this bridge. And these are brand new strings, which I probably played 5 minutes with. And I can't use them on the Bigsby system because the strings has to be longer. I will save them and I will see if I can fit them on my Stratocaster build. It's a shame to throw them out. Okay, so that's it. So let's have a look at this mounting short. It says that we are going to replace the pickup to the bridge plate. According to the instructions, they want me to fill these holes with dowels. Now you actually have to drill in the guitar. Let's see if I have dowels like that. Those are too big. I made my own dowel just using a file and a drilling machine and just went like this until it fit. Yeah, so it looks like this. I just made some dowels here using my drill and a file. And you can see why you need to fill the hole. Because these big holes here, they touch the smaller holes here. And also they come quite close here where you mount the bridge itself. So just to keep everything steady and to keep it nice, you need to fill these holes with dowels. Maybe you can get away with not filling these, but I did it anyway. But these big ones, you need to fill these holes. And these holes, you just drill them out with a 9mm drill. I took it in 3 steps, 3mm, 6mm, and then a 9mm. Just take it slow and measure how deep you have to go and just do it after there. And it fit really well. And then you just take the bridge like this. You put it in, and then you have these holes over here. And then you put in this bridge just like so. It's in there, but it's loosely in there, so it's just going to sit like that. So I want to put the tailpiece as close to the bridge plate as possible, but not touching it. I would like to have, I think that this space here is the perfect space. So just eye it where you want it. You can use this, the control plate, to get it in line. So when you are happy where the tailpiece is, just pin it down with some tape. And once you have done that, you should use these strings here. And then you take this string, you have to put it here in the nut. And then you can take it down to this one and put it in that side of the nut. And just hold it here to where that string pin is. You need to put the strings here where the string studs are. You have to make sure that they are running along this axle here, and also that you are touching the saddles here, the bridge saddles, where you want to. And you also want to see that it's the same amount of space from this string to the edge of the neck and this string to the edge of the other side of the neck. So let's just lock it down, and then we can make the first mark. Well, I've marked where the 4 holes should be. Now I can take off this string. Drilling the holes, you need a 2.3mm drill bit. I don't have that, but I have a 2.5, so I'm going to use that. And then we put in the spring. Start with this bushing. You put it here, and then you put the spring there. And this will move down once you are tightening the strings here. Should be good to go to put on some strings and find out if I have done a good job or not. Great, so let's try out the tone bleed. So let's take down the volume a bit and see if we lose any high ends. Let's just increase the master volume so you can hear this. This is on full volume. And now we'll take down the volume pot to about half. Yeah, so I think it works great. I think it's a little bit strange that Fender doesn't put this one in all of the guitars, because it's a great mod and you can actually use the volume pot on your guitar as it was intended. These pickup, they sound amazing. I think the 64, I'm very glad that I went for the 64 and didn't go for the 50s. The 50s, as I said before, is a little bit too trebly for me. First, let's just get a little bit crunchy on the clean channel and see how that works. Yeah, it's a sound that inspires you to really play. So let's go over to the distortion channel or the high gain channel. So let's move over to the workshop and I will give you my final thoughts on this guitar and the build that I did with it. So what do I think about this project and what do I think about this guitar and did I get it right? Well, actually, I did some research before I started and I knew what I wanted, of course. A solid black Telecaster has always been high on my wish list. And I always love the look of a mint green pickguard. I love the maple necks, so I wanted that. But I didn't want a high gloss, so the American Pro 2 neck is perfect for me because it has the high gloss on the front of the neck, which looks awesome, and it has the spaghetti logo on the headstock, and that also looks awesome, I think. But it is a satin feel in the back, so that's a great blend between a vintage guitar and a modern guitar. The electronics, I chose the very best that they had, the best pots. And the best switches. I also went with the option of tone bleed, and it actually works amazing. So if you are that guy that wants to lower your volume on the guitar, go ahead and install a tone saver and it will work wonders, I promise you. Late in the project I had a thought that of course if I'm going to do a Telecaster and it's going to be my dream Telecaster, it's not sufficient with a vintage bridge. I really need to get the Bigsby bridge. So that was my thought on this and I think it turned out great. What I want to say with this video is that if you want a Fender or any other guitar for that matter, but Fender is a great starting point because it's a modular guitar, so you can change out all the individual parts. For the second-hand market, you have to choose what's out there. You can find great things, of course you can do that. I have done that many times. And if you want to go with a new guitar, you only have the options of the guitars that Fender offers right at that moment that you want to buy a guitar. This video is more like you can do it. You can actually find all the individual parts. You can match them, and I think that that's the beauty with Fenders, that you can do that, and you can end up with a guitar that actually is exactly what you want. You can choose the colors, you can choose the pick guards and the pickups, the tuners, the neck, everything. Of course, you can argue, you can buy a finished guitar and you can change out and swap out electronics and hardware and so on. But in this case, you don't have to swap anything out. You just have to put it in new. Please tell me what you think in the comments. If you have any own experience with putting together a Fender. I will see you in the next episode where I will put together a Stratocaster. Bye.